Hey friends, it's Ian Khan, the Futurist here at RSNA Chicago 2025. This is almost the end of the year and the show couldn't be at a better timing, but here we are. I'm talking with Joshua from roclub, and let's hear from him what's going on in industry and what he's seeing as a massive change that's taking place right now. Joshua, welcome to the Futurist.
Thank you, Ian.
Tell us about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What does roclub do?
I'm Josh Seyler, the president of roclub Americas. So we started in Berlin. We're in 12 countries now. I opened the Americas division. So now we're expanding even more. What we do is remote operations for radiology. So I don't know if you know this, but there's a 30+% shortage of staff in radiology. Not only that is we have a gap in experience. So there's a lot of scanners out there that aren't being utilized. And there's a lot of patients that don't have access to scanners and getting their MRIs timely. And it's really becoming a major operational challenge as well as financial for our customers.
And you're talking about the United States as a market right now from your perspective, or globally?
This is a global problem.
Yeah.
Around 2021, there's a mass exodus in radiology, especially in X-ray, CT, and MRI staff. And it created such a gap that we cannot recruit fast enough.
Yeah.
And if we look at the data, every year over year in the last 5 years, every department is adding another FTE ask, but they can't fill.
Yeah.
And now that every year continues, it's now a 20%, 25% gap, and we need to solve the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are you guys trying to solve this problem? What do you do?
So we connect MRI and CT scanners via our very simple equipment and create a virtual experience for someone remotely at an off-site location to be able to operate the MRI or CT scanner as if they're sitting in the chair as they always were.
Oh, really? Wow.
And what makes this really great is this one individual is able to scan today 3 machines simultaneously.
Wow.
So now we've able to bridge some of that gap where one person now can cover for what we used to need 3 people for.
Yeah. That's incredible. I mean, you're utilizing machines that are just sitting there. Patients are waiting. They're not getting care. And now you're plugging in the expert to remotely do this.
Yes.
And, if we didn't have the internet, if we didn't have fast bandwidths, and bandwidths are amazing, I was checking my phone the other day. I'm like, well, let me check what my LTE 5G speed is. I was like, 20, 30, maybe Mbps. And it went to 400 Mbps. I was like, are you kidding me? This is so intense.
Yeah.
And there's that aspect of real time, right? Real time. You move something also in surgeries, right? Remote surgeries. You move something, it moves right away.
Correct.
That's not a problem anymore, right? No. Yeah, everything is quick.
And I think that's a great point. Had we talked about this 10 years ago, they'd say, well, infrastructure-wise, it's not even possible.
Yeah.
Now, we have created some amazing software and hardware that only requires 10 megabyte per second upload speeds, which has shifted in these really rural areas, countries that don't have quite an infrastructure. Yeah. Well, now we can get experts into these towns that never had access to experts in the field. And it's really transforming, enabling everyone to get equal care. And that's one thing we've always tried to do in our industry is allow everyone to have access to the same level of care.
Of course. So when you think about, and this is not just a rural problem, this is also a modern city problem. I was just speaking with yesterday with somebody, and they said, they gave me the example of Atlanta. Atlanta is the busy city, but there are pockets. There's no machines. There's no people are waiting. There's long wait times. So it's not just a rural problem, it is a modern city problem as well. When you, however, talk about a rural location, right, is it as simple to provide care in a community that assume a machine is transportable in today's day and time? You've got a big cube van, it's got something at the back of it, a driver and a technician drive up to whatever location, and with some staff, they will get patients in, right, and do what is needed at that level. There, place the patient, put them, make all that. And now remotely, somebody can connect with a Starlink, what have you.
We are doing Starlink.
Tell us about that. How's that What happens in this situation?
Well, I think we should also just take a little bit of a step back and look at what we're seeing here today at RSNA. All of the original equipment manufacturers, we call them OEMs, the Philips, the Siemens, the GEs, the Uniteds, Canons of the world, they are innovating equipment that is less sweat equity, I call it. When I was a tech a long time ago, scanning MRIs, you would have to click 50 times to do a brain scan, mouse clicks, just to get one brain scan done. Well, with automation, that's down to one click today.
Okay.
So even over like a 10-year period, we've reduced that amount of energy needed per scanner to actually be able to scan. So now we think of rurally as we go out and we send machines out. They're quicker. It's more automation. It's a better experience. And to be able to do it remotely now, you can have an expert everywhere. What people don't want to talk about is that the fact that who runs your MRI scanner really dictates the quality that patient gets, which impacts their outcomes.
It's the radiologist at the end? Is that the person
radiologist
who's running it?
Reads the images, but the technologist sets up the scanner, runs it, and manipulates it to make sure that patient gets quality diagnostic data for the radiologist. But if you have a technologist that doesn't have the experience, the outcome may not be as good for the patient. So if we can bring an expert into every scanner and every patient gets, imagine you're a celebrity and you know I can go to Dr. So-and-so and get the best care. That's what we were able to provide for everyone.
Wow,
everyone gets that expert.
Excellent. You said you were super excited about what's happening in the industry. I want to kind of conclude with that. What is happening right now that's very exciting?
We have so many people that are passionate about good images, and every patient, the exact same thing we're talking about, but what they're doing is they're using things like agentic AI to be able to have the system be smarter and help the humans do that better job. Because instead of needing 10 years, 5 years experience to get to that level, a entry-level person using agentic AI will boost their skill sets automatically and guide them to make better decisions. So as we see more and more people developing that, it's changing everything.
Excellent. What's your outlook for the next, let's say, 5 years? Do you see more remote? And before that, I want to ask you another question, which is really the form factor of these big machines that we have. And there's a lot of innovation that's happening. The magnetic core system is changing. All of that is changing in a good way. Do you see that in the next, 10, 15, 20 years, that, there's like a helmet. You put it on and you press a button and it does your full brain MRI. I don't know who's going to make it. Somebody's going to make it. Do you see that happening 20 years from now?
That's a great question. As far as 20 years from now, I think if we really use AI right to help us develop these things and think differently a little bit beyond the human limitations where we are today, absolutely. But if we can't incorporate human innovation with AI innovation and steer it, that's going to be a challenge, right? It's not going to happen magically.
Of course not.
But I do believe that we'll have some new modalities. I think AI will bring us, we've had X-rays, CTs, MRIs for 30 plus years, 50 years. But we haven't had any new ways to image the body.
I think it's coming. It's coming.
Agreed. And then if we just let's go short term, 5 years from now, what I see is that one expert will be able to have oversight of a dozen, 20 scanners, because as the scanners get smarter and better in helping us, now we just need someone to provide oversight and final approvals. And 40 to 50% of all revenues are used for staffing. And no one has really cracked the nut on reducing the cost of staffing.
Excellent. I think patient experience is also changing. I mean, if you ask me what is kind of happening, what should or would want to happen, I mean, I think patient experience is so necessary where patients are not afraid of stepping into a machine. The machine is talking to them in a very human voice, and it's all these human voice agents that are now coming in, the Series of the world, etc., but becoming so much more better that it's a very personalized, keeping the patient calm, keeping them relaxed. All of that is so important.
And as we get smarter doing this, we will create these chatbots with personalities.
Yeah, exactly.
Personalities that quickly that patient can feel, and it gives them a connection. And if we do it right, the patient can ask them questions and we can give them all the time in the world to get the answers.
Of course.
Whereas today we're so busy, the patient says, how's this going to work? What does this do? A lot of times we say we don't have time to explain it to you.
I think somebody or a startup should come up, and I'm sure there is somebody doing this already or not, but if not, then please start the startup.
Yeah.
Is pre-imaging consult with a patient, because what I'm also hearing is that patients are afraid. Patients do not book their appointments. Patients, when they are at their appointment, they are scared because it's claustrophobic, it's noisy, there's many things. So I think there has to be an agentic, maybe I should start this, maybe we should start
Let's do this.
An agentic form where they counsel the patient a week before, 10 days before, 1 day before, in a very calm, quiet voice, telling them, hey, it's going to be good. This is what you do. I think it is so much needed, and that will accelerate and get more patients in.
I love that.
2050, we're going to have 9 billion people on the planet, right? 9 billion. That's a lot of people. A lot of care would need to be imparted. There's a mountain to climb for the radiology industry. So final thoughts.
Patients should be at the forefront again.
Yeah.
We've lost a bit of that, and we have to bring it back because they're the reason why we do what we do. So we can't lose focus on that. And I love where you went with that, because if I was a patient, I'd be able to want to walk in and sit down in a comfortable place, ask all the questions I want until I feel comfortable, and a back and forth. Not only that, but after my scan, I want to sit down afterwards immediately. Why do you go to the doctor to get an MRI scan? Because you're worried about something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And then what do? You go home and then you just have lunch and you feel great about it? No, you still don't know.
Yeah.
But we can actually turn that around immediately now. And after your scan, sit down and we'll tell you a little bit about what we see, ease your fears, go on with your day. Don't worry.
Exactly.
And that's when we'll change the experience and really get back into the human side and let AI help us be more human.
Of course. No, I definitely am all in with the era of emerging tech, AI, and how it's helping professionals do more with less time, with less resources. Resources are shrinking.
Sure.
And we need help. Otherwise, radiologists will not be able to do their job or serve as many patients. But Josh, thank you for your time. Really appreciate you joining us here at RSNA, and best of luck with the expanding, growing, and serving all these people in different locations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ian.
I appreciate it.